sorry. I don't know what happened. It looks like Instagram crashed. What that means is a lot of that good content we were getting from Miss Woodside. We have to do it over. We have to get it back. I'm so sorry. I don't know how that happened. Thank you guys for logging back in. I don't know what happened. Of course, we're doing this via IG, so I think it's something happened with IG. They just shut down on us. So yeah, we got to do this again. So I thank you for tuning in to off season. If you were tuned into the first half, you know that Miss Woodside was answering tremendous questions with a lot of intellect. We got to learn about her major. We got to learn about her pursuits, her IQ. I'm going to try to capture as much of that as possible in this redo. Again, if you caught the first half, you know she was doing a great job. Thank you for logging back in. We just have to go back into second half. Yeah. What in particular happened? But I...
Okay. Hi, I'm back.
I'm going...
I can't hear you.
Was that... Did you disconnect? Was that data or Wi-Fi or what? What happened?
No.
Let me cut this off. What about now? Can you hear me now?
Okay. Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, so there's a lag. Boy, I don't know where it came from, but there's a lag. You're on data or Wi-Fi?
I'm on Wi-Fi.
You're on Wi-Fi. All right. So what happens is whenever we're doing the show, sometimes it happens. So IG, maybe they're doing an update or something. They close this down for a second. So we have to kind of, at the end of this, I'm going to get some of those first questions out. But let's start where we left off, right? So we were at the point of your collegiate volleyball career.
Mm-hmm.
We were talking successfully about your integration into the team and where it's at. We're going to come back to all that because I just want to end strong. And then we'll just answer some of those questions just again so we have it on record. So again, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Off Season. My name is Ren. We're interviewing this evening Ms. Woodside, Ulrica Woodside, who is one of our star players and starters for the UB Lady Mingoes volleyball team. Very quickly, just leaving off, starting off where we left off, my next question was going to be that, of course, your team captain now, Libby, she suggested that you're the next up, that you're the next team captain. How does it make you feel knowing that, you know, you're a contender to be the next captain of the team? And how do you feel about it?
I mean, well, I'm very excited to know that she sees me as being Lady Mingoes' next upcoming captain. And it just makes me happy to know basically my hard work is being shown and noticed. And I feel good. I feel good about it because I've came a long way. I've been working hard and I've improved a lot since my first year. I've extremely improved in around the court and with not just basically on the court, but
let me help show you how much you improved. My first time watching you try out, watching you, this is under Coach Knowles, throw up the volleyball and go right for the center for that hit. I don't know if you remember, but I was recording some videos for a hype video for Mingoes. Mm-hmm. And we did 9 takes, so you trying to spike. You couldn't connect, yes, with the ball. So now when I watch you on the court, spiking on Malinda, spiking on CC if you get to play against her, I feel like, go girl, they don't know. They don't know what you had to put in.
That's true.
So before we get into coaching, ladies and gentlemen, you have listened to this from the first half, but sadly because of the internet era with IG, we have to just go back over the first half of the interview just so we can have that content so we can really make you shine, right? So I'm just going to ask you the same questions again. Are you ready?
Mhm.
All right. So the first question, of course, is tell us how you got into athletics and how early did it start? And tell us about your journey in primary school and high school.
Okay, so, well, my aunt, she's a physical teacher, and she deals with sports all around. So she was the one who got me into sports. I was doing sports from grade 5 straight up to grade 12. Started off with basketball and volleyball. And then when I went to junior high, I did basketball, volleyball, softball, track and field events, and track now. And then when I went to high school, I just continued with basketball and volleyball.
Okay. So with that athletic background, what is your opinion on being an all-rounded athlete or being a specific talented athlete? To say you've had track and field, you've had basketball, softball and volleyball versus the player who from a young age only did volleyball. How do you feel about it?
Well, I mean, let's see. It's good to know that I can be an all-around athletic person, like not just focusing on one sport, not just having one sport on my hand. You know, persons try to put their all into just learning one sport, but to know that I was able to learn more than one sport and actually came out pretty good. Like, oh, that's not too
Well, a
much.
new question from that. Do you feel like any of the particular sports or conditioning from that sport contributed to your success in volleyball?
Ah, yes. Yes. Yes, I think
Give us an example or tell us how.
I mean, it basically, like, it prepared me. First of all, with volleyball, you know, that's like a team sport. So knowing that I was doing basketball, volleyball, softball, all of them are team sports. So I was somewhat able to, you know, be able to work with my other teammates, not just being, let me see, selfish or just focusing on myself. I have to be able to work with myself and my teammates on the court, you know?
So coming into the sport, of course, UB Mingoes would have been in more than, of course, volleyball. We were in basketball as well. Coming into the university, did you have any intentions of being on the basketball team?
Oh, man.
I know it feels weird asking the same questions, right? But sorry, we have to do it for the recording. So you have to like say the same answers again. I'm sorry with that.
I mean, yes.
So what made the decision easier with choosing between UB basketball and UB volleyball?
I mean,
Just say it.
basically,
Just say it.
it wasn't the females basketball team. So because I know how to do because I know how to do volleyball, it was easier for me to say, okay, this is what I'm going to do. I'm just going to do volleyball. But I don't know. That would have been a hard decision for me if, like, at the time, both basketball and volleyball was there. Like, I honestly wanted to do both because I
And
couldn't. I
touch
couldn't
your
make my.
basketball career again. Sorry. Touch your basketball career. Why was basketball so important to you? Maybe tell us what you did back in high school in basketball so we can understand why it meant so much to you.
When I first started playing sports, basketball was the first thing I was doing. I used to be going to a lot of basketball summer camps, tournaments, and what's not, and it was just basically basketball, 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 basketball. And then when I started with school, then I was like, okay, basketball season over. I want to do something else. I can do volleyball as well, so I did volleyball. But it was just that basketball is mainly all year round. I wasn't really doing volleyball like that. And then I was getting so much accomplishments in basketball. Like, that was something I really wanted to continue to pursue, you know.
Tell us about a few of those accomplishments. Have you played on any national teams for the country?
Okay, well, with basketball, when I was in high school, I was the captain of our basketball team. And then I joined the under 16 basketball team. I represented the Bahamas. And we traveled to Guyana. That's where we won our championship, the under 16 junior national girls team. And then under 17 team, the junior national under 17 basketball team, we went to Puerto Rico. And I think we placed seventh, I think, like I said earlier. Yeah, so I've been doing good. So it had me saying, hey, I guess this is what I'm going to continue to pursue, and this is what I want to do, basketball. And then that's when I went to UB, and I learned that it was in a women's basketball team. But
we're going back. Let's go back to volleyball. And
mm-hmm.
Of course, a very interesting question was, what's the difference between what you were taught in volleyball in high school versus the collegiate volleyball that you're learning now?
Well, the major thing about it is that with high school volleyball, I was a little confused because I didn't really know about the positions and stuff. What I know now, I was just the basic. When I was in high school and in school, I was just learning about the basic fundamentals and what's not in high school. But like when I changed and I went over to UB, I started to learn what these positions actually mean, the different positions that the players get, and what it takes to like say, hey, not just regular rotation and blocking and hitting, but actually having players knowing who has this particular job and who has that job on the court, you know?
So with that in mind, we're working our way back to where we were. But my new question would be, you're now in college, you're playing volleyball. We touched earlier that your major is actually HR, which is commendable, and how effective you think HR is going to be even post-COVID-19. But I'm going to ask a new question, which is, how do you find the ease or the challenge of finding a balance between academics and being a student athlete?
Well, with that, I've learned that you have to sacrifice. Like, when you want to get the job done, you have to be able to set a schedule for yourself. I've had my challenges, but I've overcome that, and I've realized that in order for me to be able to balance out both sports and academics, the main thing is having a schedule and not procrastinating. So basically, whereas, being able to manage dealing with sports, game schedule, practice schedule, and then on my off time, instead of doing other things, just focusing on my schoolwork on my off days and trying to put them two together, you know?
Okay. So this semester was going to be something new for the university, and of course we know with the COVID-19 it may not happen or has or will not happen, but our volleyball team was destined to go to Florida to play collegiate volleyball. How do you feel knowing that was a possibility? Of course, before COVID-19.
Well,
first of all, you look like you just found that out. Like you didn't even know. You didn't know that, eh? You didn't? Wow. Livy is just be keeping all kind of secrets. Yeah, y'all were. Was it volleyball or softball? Let me not get shamed. I think it was volleyball. Let me not get shamed. If I'm wrong, somebody correct me. But I think it was volleyball was supposed to go abroad to play, And of course, through the COVID-19 border controls and everything we're doing to keep everybody safe, that isn't a reality anymore. And shout out to Mr. Sean Bastian, our athletic director, assistant athletic director, who makes all this possible, right? But knowing that you guys could have stepped in that international realm and play against another college versus just night league, how do you feel about that personally, and how do you think it would have been beneficial for the team now?
Okay. Well, for us to be able to finally get that chance to go abroad and play different colleges over there, I feel as though you guys finally get to see that we've actually improved as a team.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we came far with the ups and downs of the team, but to just know that we was able to have that privilege, we was about to have that privilege, it shows me that as a team we've really and truly improved. For Miss Roll and Mr. Bastian to give us that chance. And I think it would have benefited us a lot, because in the States it's a different level with their volleyball league to compare to our night league, you know? So it would have given us more experience on how different teams are being played and the levels they are at, to compare to where we are now. Yeah.
And speaking of levels, I want to go back to a question, of course, in our first segment that we lost through the disconnection. But you touched on developing as a blocker. Of course, I made the example of the fact that you've now more than once blocked Malinda, who anybody who knows volleyball in the Bahamas knows that she's a force to be reckoned with. So tell us about building your confidence as a blocker, maybe how you felt before blocking her, before you actually did it once, and then afterward, how you feel now.
Well, I was scared. I used to be scared of her. And like I said earlier, like, I prefer to be on her team rather than being on playing against her, because that's how scared I was of her. But when I got that first block, you couldn't speak. Like I said, you couldn't speak to me. Because, like, I finally shut it down. And then when I did it again, I was like, whoa, okay, I doing something here. But, like, I was really happy. I'm proud of myself because, like, I see the improvement in myself. And, like you said, when I first came in, boy, I couldn't get my hand on the ball.
We're talking about your spiking and your hitting. 1 second for me. Rena, cut down your TV, please. Rena. We in lockdown. They don't respect me. Give me a second.
Seen on your end?
That's your TV, Lala. That? I'm doing a show. And we're back in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cobran. Yeah, sorry about that. Of course, anybody who's watching the show knows that we're in a lockdown. So everybody in the house. Go Mingoes. So back to it, right? We talked about blocking. Now let's get on to the next expert area of you. And ladies and gentlemen, I want you to drop your questions. You may help Ulrica. It's Woodside at this time. Ulrica, sorry. Whatever.
Ulrica.
Ulrica. I had it right. Rica. Drop your questions so we can get into a question and answer period before we shut down this day. But you're serving. The team was out of sport where, like I said, even as a fan, once the UB had to serve, I used to just be looking forward to the next move because it's like net. And you went through, I've seen 3 coaches, but I feel every coach worked on serving, but it's not until this season, this last league where you guys were just, I think, a win off from maybe going to the playoffs in volleyball. But what was the difference, or what was the factor that changed the team from one where once you go up the serve, it was like, y'all get ready to go back on defense to what you do, which is 10 straight, 12 straight, ace, and all these different stuff. What changed in the team's dynamic, maybe coaching? Tell us a little bit about what changed for the team.
Basically, it was the coaching. Like, with Coach Rhymes, he realized, like, that was our number one problem, service. And service, you need service to be able to win the game or to get the game started for you to be able to put your plays, you know? And when he realized that, and he realized, like, our service was really weak, that was the main thing that he was really working on with us. So, like, constantly, like, every day we was going to practice, we was back to back, just working on service. It was like one couple practices we had, we didn't do nothing else other than working on service. And, like, he had us from the 3-meter line going back until we reached to the end of the court, just working on service. So it basically was the coaching.
I respect it. And ladies and gentlemen, if you didn't know, before COVID-19, our volleyball team was on overdrive. They were practicing at Anatole, I believe, 3 times a week. They were practicing on UB court at night. I think it was 7 to 9. Y'all was on the court. Like, I still remember night 1, Coach Wilson. I come out there like, Kim called me. Sorry, I call her Kim. We work together. But Miss Rowe called me, and she was like, Ren, the new coach is here now. He's working with the players. I was like, well, where am I going? AF, TW? So, no, at UB. And I was just like, dude, it's dark at UB. And I look outside, and all I see is darkness. So I'm like, whoa, this coach, she told me y'all was there. Let me make sure we don't freeze. If I see you freeze too long, I'm gonna end this just so we can save it and start again, right? But when Kim told me that you guys were out there practicing, I didn't believe her. I didn't believe at all. And then I saw and I heard it, and I was like, "There's no way a coach of y'all working here with no spotlight in the dark." And all I hear is down, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then like y'all standing up and y'all doing push-ups, and I was like, "Woo, military!"
That's why
Tell us about the new regime, and of course, shout outs to Coach Wilson. We'll be interviewing him this Saturday on the show. But tell us what it's like being under the legendary coach, of course, who carried teams internationally and had them medal against world-renowned players. Tell us about that.
Boy, whew. Let me see. Coach brought us from far. Like, from day one, Livy was telling us and say, if I know what this is, boy, you don't play. I was like, Lord, what we getting into?
I actually want to quote Livy correctly. She said, this is my coach growing up. I don't mind. And then after coach first session, she was like, Lord, what has happened? She said, y'all go back to Livy's episode. It's on YouTube. Livy scratch her head and say, I don't know if I want to do this. Coach, when I was young, this was fun, but this ain't fun no more. But to continue on, Coach Wilson, and this is a good segue because, of course, after the session, we go into question and answers, and we go into his interview on Saturday. So tell us about your coach some more. We're looking. I'm watching it. You are looking like you may get disconnected. All right, you lucky. I almost shut this down and start this over. So it's your turn. Tell us about your coach.
Okay. Well, like I said, Coach Wilson is a great coach. He brought us from far. Like, from day one, he was determined to make us better. And that's what I like about him. Like, he was pushing. Is everything okay? Okay. I thought that was the internet.
No, it's not the internet. It's the It's the speaker, the Bluetooth telling me it's dying. Let's give it time to die. It's gonna die. It's gonna die. Let's let it die. Let it die. Let's let it die. Die. It don't want to die. This is not what you want to be saying on social media, because somebody could clip this out and misuse it.
Exactly.
You know, but I ain't scared. I ain't never scared. The end is your friend till the end. Ooh! Ooh! Hey, bro. And you wonder why he can't come on the show. And you wonder why he can't come on the show. Keep it up. Keep it up.
Yikes.
All right. But let's get back to this. Tell us about Coach.
So, yeah, like I was saying, he brought us from far. From day one, he was working with us, and he was determined. Like, he's seen potential in us. And I just think that he brought the best out of us. Like, now, we're a team. We're one. Oh, I don't know. It's just like, he's done so much. And he has so much faith in us. Like, due to the past ups and downs where he was having a lot of losses the last season.
You say a lot? You mean that time when y'all only win a set? And I gonna make flyers saying, because I hear everybody saying congratulations volleyball team, and I make a whole flyer saying congratulations on a win, and then Miss Rowe was like, no, Rand, they only win a set. And I was like, what you mean, like 1 out of 5? Yeah, they win 1 out of 5. I was like, so they didn't win the whole game. She's like, no, Rand, they didn't win the whole game. You mean like that?
Rand, why you like that?
Because I am your biggest fan, but your biggest like critic. Other than Kimsey, who will shout every game, y'all just run me on. I start off the game with the Lord, saying, Lord, I am in no need of a Guinness today. By the end of the game, I have 2 Guinness next to me. Y'all just work on my pressure. Y'all just work on my pressure. I is a fan, but I said I just be there just sipping.
Yes, Rand, why you so loud? Why you like that?
Because anybody who's a fan of volleyball know that eyes be loud for volleyball, right? Go Mingoes. Go Mingoes.
So that's how you really feel? This how you really feel? This how you really feel about us?
Listen, you know what it is to go into the third set. How long you want to let this out? No, let me let this out. Ladies and gentlemen, for the record, in the question and answer period, please drop your questions. We give it a 2-minute span. And if you don't see any questions in 2 minutes, then we end the show. Just so y'all know. But let me get back on you. Listen, 2 sets going. Y'all right there, right neck. Y'all almost had to win. The third set, this was pissed me off. No, this the old team. The third set is when y'all used to finally warm up. I used to be like, so they wasn't practicing before the game, Jesus? They wasn't warming up before the game? Third set is when y'all be like, woo, let's go, ladies. Woo, this and that. By then, y'all just lose. And I just like, why y'all just warming up at the third set, not the game over? That's how I used to feel. Under Coach Raymond Wilson, by the first set, y'all, let's have a win. By the second set, he's be like, y'all, that's only the win. For the first set, calm down. We got to finish it. By the second set, y'all will still be hyped, but he's be like, keep your composure. Let's go, ladies. By the third set, his mouth is be pinned. He's be like, he ain't like he's practice every day, Jesus. He's give you all that look by the third set. Look.
Thank you. We have came a long, long way. From winning no sets, no games, to winning games. We improve.
I'm only getting off. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm only getting off. Of course, Lady Mingoes all the way. Contenders for playoff. I think this year we may get there. Coach has bragged about 2 great talents that he has coming on the team. So we hope for this whole COVID-19 pandemic to be over and we get back to the realities of winning. But until then, we're still waiting. We have a minute. We're waiting on questions from you guys that you may have from Ms. Woodside. Ms. Woodside is a seasoned player now on the team. She's a starter. She's a defender, blocker, and a great server. She's the only one on the team with a different jersey other than the color red. I can leave it like that. But that's it for me being petty. What is your favorite thing about being a student athlete?
Whoa, good question. Let me see. Jesus. I mean, the advantages that I get when it comes with the main one is being able to register, because dealing with UB.
Okay.
That. the assistance that we get with textbooks and what's not, like, that's a major help for me, you know. So yeah.
What are your personal goals going into the upcoming semester? Is your second question. What are your personal goals going? Former teammates getting at you. Congratulations, Lady Mingoes. Teamwork till the end, because proper preparedness prevents poor performance. Thought of that myself. But what what are your personal goals going into the upcoming semester, in which we are a hybrid semester, hybrid learning and being primarily virtual? What are your upcoming goals?
Well, so far I don't know if we're going to have a season this semester, but my main thing is to continue to try stay in shape and stay fit, hopefully. So next year, you know, I can come out more beastly and be ready to hit the court.
Today's word of the day, ladies and gentlemen, is beastly, brought to you by UB Mingoes. You heard it here first. If someone wanted to be a student athlete on the volleyball team, what advice would you tell them that they need to do?
If I wanted to be a student athlete on the volleyball team, what would you tell me I need to do? Okay, let me see.
You stumped her. Way to go, Captain. You got her. You broke her. You broke her brain. How dare you, Captain?
That's not even the captain. That's Rianne. That's Rianne.
No, that question. Oh, I shame.
If I wanted to be a student athlete on the volleyball team, what would you tell me I need to do?
So I guess let's think of it like this. A freshman watches this show. They come to you afterward in the DM. I like your interview. What can I do to be a part of the volleyball team? What do you tell them?
Jesus.
Don't focus on that question yet. Focus on this question. You're reading too much.
Back to that. One for sure, academics. Make sure academics is up to par. And let's see. If you have potential and you wanna give it a try, you know, Jesus Lord, what is this?
Anyway, let's start a part B to this question, right?
Yes.
What if somebody never played volleyball before and they're like you? They maybe just focused on basketball for quite some time and just know a little bit about volleyball. What advice would you tell them about growing on the team?
I honestly wouldn't even recommend that, to be honest, because if you focus on just basketball, right, and you probably never did volleyball or just a little experience, if it was me, I would just continue doing basketball. I wouldn't try to venture. I'll just stick with basketball, honestly.
Okay, let's get into the next question. It was a great question. What is the hardest part about the zone workouts? And ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say every Tuesday and Thursday, 6 p.m., of course, we have workouts with Coach Edna Roll, as well as our UB athletes. They are private sessions with the athletic trainer department. If you want to get into those sessions, you want to go on Instagram to UB Athletic Trainers and ask them how you can get involved and get in shape with them. Shout outs to Sasha and, of course, Miss Henfield, who are doing a great job and helping everyone. Coach Roller's lost weight. Miss Roller's lost weight. Brandy ain't losing no weight. But anyway.
I've lost weight.
Stop bragging. All right, so tell us the hardest part about the zone workouts for you.
I mean, basically, I was just trying to adjust to doing the workouts online. It's okay, but I just prefer to be able to work like hands-on, face-to-face, because, I don't know, I just prefer that. I I'm trying to accept that I have to work out online, but I really don't like it. I really don't like working out online. I just feel as though I just prefer working like face to face, hands on with Miss Hanfield them rather than working out online. So
That's honest. That's all we ask you for, honesty. So, ladies and
yes,
gentlemen,
sir.
I'm going to get into a little bit of the game because, as you would realize, Ms. Woodside is a very, very fun individual. So her game is specialized to really see how good she knows the future team that she'll be a captain of one day, right? So,
Hold on. Pardon me.
game altering serve. And you could put anybody on the line to serve for the team. Who would it be? Come on, who would it be? If you had the power to put anybody on the team on the line to serve against the opposing team, no matter who the team is, who would you put on the line every time to serve?
Maya
For service. Shout outs to Maya. If the best power hitter in the league is about to go up and you're there ready to block, who would you like to be on the side of you to assist with that block?
Good question. It's honestly between Maya and Olivia.
Okay. We got a win in our hand. Next spike takes it. The ball is bumped and it's heading to a setter. Who would you want that setter to be?
She doesn't really get one setter. My
Shante. All right. And finally, that setter's gone. All Shante's hand is going to a power hitter. And for this one, you could pick out of all the power hitters that we've had during your reign in the Mingoes team. Who would you want that power hitter to be? Even if they were there for a semester. This one, I know this one was going to get you. Even if they was there for only a semester, who would you want that power hitter to be? I can see how biased you is right now.
Why you like that? It'd have to be, honestly, I would say QE.
Shout out to QE.
QE would be my, yeah.
All right, that's honesty. And ladies and gentlemen,
they agree with me.
That's how long she be on this team. I have something else to ask because I don't see anybody else asking questions. But you went from a strong squad, a army team. I think you guys probably had 13 people on the team one season, right? Or more.
Boy, yes.
And now you go down to a strong 7. Do you think the amount of players on the team affects the gameplay?
To be honest, no. And we've proven that. We've proven that with just about what, 6, 7, like you said, 6, 7 players. And we've really did a good job. Like having the girls, the past girls, dropping out on us. But we've done a pretty good job, honestly.
Excellent. Ladies and gentlemen, no questions, but I did think of one more I have to ask, right? I can't resist. Get set up for this. Who's your 7?
Who's
you get to pick from every player you've ever played with. Who was your 7? Who was your 7 on the court? Your positions, give me them. Who was your 7 on the court? We have Livia's. We have Coach Raymond's. No, who was that? No, we had CC on. We had CC 7. And we got the alumni 7. But I'm curious, who's your 7? Who would you put?
Wow.
Be on time. You got to give me this one quick. Be on time. So give me a 7.
Olivia, QE. Jesus.
Come on.
Whoa. Olivia, QE. Shante. That's what, 3? Me. Who else?
Hold on. Number 4, casually. Me. Tall. Keep going. You got 3 more.
7, including the libero too?
Yeah.
Amos.
Mm-hmm.
Not that. No. Sorry, not Amos. Gabby.
Mm-hmm.
Gabby. That's for 4, 5.
Mm-hmm.
Who else?
2 more. Come on.
Who I call man? Livy, QE, Shantae, Gabby.
Yourself and Gabby. You got 2 more.
Maya.
1 more.
Pinky.
And Pinky. Ooh, legend. The legend. You heard it there. You've gotten Miss Woodside 7 to be on the court, of course, including herself. And I want to thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in to this episode of Off Season. I'm your host, Ren, bringing this show to you live from the Office of University Relations as well as University Athletics. Ms. Woodside, any final words before we close today for any prospect athletes who are looking to come on board, or maybe anybody who is or was athletic, but maybe COVID-19 isn't discouraging them? Anything you want to say to the audience?
I mean, don't give up. It's never too late to start over. And if you're really interested, if sports is your heart, go for it.
Excellent. Well said. Again, ladies and gentlemen, I'm your host, Ren. You've had Ms. Woodside. This will be posted on our IG live page as well as future posting on the 10th Year Senior Podcast, as well as our Facebook page and YouTube. So thank you so much for tuning in. And remember, have a great day. Go Mingoes.
Good day. Go Mingoes.
No, you know, good down here. Let's start that again. 5, 4.
Go Mingoes. I can't hear you.
Go Mingoes.
I can't hear you.
Mingoes.